You're in the DNC. You're at the debates, brother. You're at the give it up for that. Sam is at the debates, man. That's a big deal, man. You know how few people get to do that. So,
Oh
Sam,
yeah.
what was that like for you?
So, the funny thing is people are like, so how did you even get involved and why? Well, I went to the Columbus Forum and I went to watch all the candidates speak, and I was actually pretty impressed with all their answers to all the questions, except for the one question, which was, how are you going to bring people back into the party? And instead of answering the question, they gave those elevator answers, those 2-minute predetermined whatevers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You have the chance to be a leader, to truly and inspire people, and they wasted it. They did not go up to the audience members, hand them the microphone, and say, what can I do as your DNC chair? What can we do as a party to bring you back on board, to make you involved, to do the things that we haven't been doing? And so that's why I got in, because I was angry. I was actually looking for a fight and to speak my mind to the people who caused the problems. And you know what? Long and short of it is I did. I succeeded. There was a few hoops to jump through, but at the end of it, I was able to directly address the members of the DNC on exactly how much they've been screwing up and how easy it would be to make amends and fix the problem. So how does it feel? Feels pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. There's a little bit of patting on the back, collar popping that I got to do while I was out there, and seeing the inner workings. Like, sorry about that. Well, a lot of the things that people don't realize is that it's a whole different animal, right? Running for politics and seeing the leaders of the establishment, they're disenfranchised, or they're not disenfranchised, they're disconnected from the rest of us. And I'll bring it up. Resolution 33. They could have voted on February 25th to get rid of money in politics. They could have done that, and they didn't. Despite hearing it in the audience, the booing, and I'm not talking like boo. I mean, I'm talking pitchforks and torches booing. It was ugly booing, and they still didn't listen, man. I need your help. I need all y'all's help, especially you, Tim.
Wow, man. That's very disheartening, my brother, to hear that the crowd was telling them, like the crowd's telling you, this is what we want, or this is not what we want. And they say, well, hey, we know better than you. But how can you get people excited about you if you aren't doing what the people want you to do?
Exactly. It's so simple. It's so easy. All you have to do is listen to people and they'll follow you. Bernie Sanders is a prime example. Tulsi, Nina, Tim, and apparently me. I'm on that stage too now. All we've been doing is saying, yeah, you're right. We need to start listening to you. And you know what? You guys have great ideas. Crazy how that works, right?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, man, I've been hearing people punch back and say, it's a horrible thing, Sam, that we have these Democrats or progressives. They're talking about primarying people if they don't follow through on certain,
Well, what
causes and
else they
issues.
I know, exactly. What else can we do, right? Because apparently messaging and emailing and phone calling and all this crap, petitions, protesting, they're not listening. So, okay, fine. The next step, the next logical step is we're going to kick you out of office. If you're not going to listen, then we're going to replace you.
But
It's that simple.
yeah, but isn't it something like fundamentally undemocratic about saying it's wrong for someone to
Oh, yeah.
run a candidate that suits their needs or meets their ethics or meets their their causes and ambitions? Like that should be that should be like the cornerstone of why people vote to begin with. So it's not about people voting for the issues that matter to them. They just want you to fall in line, man. Sam, it's crazy, bro.
It is crazy. And I tried to explain that to them in very succinct, simple phrases, like you need to have people involved in the decision-making process. And like with caucuses, for instance, right? You have all the caucuses for veterans, African Americans, women, the Hispanic community, Native American. Like we have all these different caucuses, right? But the fundamental flaw in a caucus is that you have these various interest groups talking about their various interest, and they come up with a list of things that they want to have talked about, but they submit it to the executive committee, the ones who decide, and then let's say you have 10 different caucuses, and they each come up with 3 different things. So there's 30 bullet points, which the executive committee decides on the top 5. Intrinsically, they're still being pushed aside. You need a seat at the table. You need to be having a conversation with the people who are going to be making the decisions at the end of the day. Like, it's that simple. You want equality and equity. then you need to be given the equal and equitable opportunities. It's mind-boggling, Tim. I don't know. Maybe we just need to walk into their office and start smacking people upside the head, because that's apparently what's needed right now.
You need to have like an Ice Cube moment when he walked into the Jerry Heller's office and just went at it, man. I don't know, man. I hope it doesn't get to that point, but we got to do something, Sam.
Hey, do you got contact information with Ice Cube? I'm sure he'd be all over it.